Every week, tune in, don't miss out on Zimwaves TV, where we talk and shout.
Human origins and ancient tales have long fascinated and puzzled us. And today I'm going to spin a yarn about the striking similarities between the biblical flood and the floods caused by the Anunnaki. Imagine, instead of divine retribution or cosmic coincidence, a story of extraterrestrial meddling that makes the biblical narrative look like a tame weather report. Hang on to your seats, folks, because this ride is about to get wild and wet. So, let's dive into the biblical flood first. We all know the story. Noah, the big boat, two of every animal, and enough rain to make even the hardiest duck think twice. God, seeing the wickedness of humanity, decides to cleanse the earth with a flood, giving Noah the heads up to build an ark and save his family and all those critters. It's a tale of divine judgment, redemption, and the world's most intense rainstorm. Now, let's flip the script and bring in the Anunnaki. According to the ancient Sumerian texts, which make your average soap opera look like a slow day at the library, the Anunnaki were not thrilled with their human creations. After all, these humans were noisy, pesky, and had a habit of questioning their cosmic overlords. The Anunnaki decided that humanity needed a serious timeout. Enlil, one of the Anunnaki bigwigs, was particularly fed up. He figured the best way to deal with the human nuisance was a good old-fashioned flood. And thus, the stage was set for one of the greatest watery wipeouts in mythological history. But here's where it gets interesting. Just like in the biblical tale, not all the Anunnaki were on board with this flood plan. Enter Enki, the Anunnaki's resident softy and geneticist extraordinaire. He had grown quite fond of his human handiwork and wasn't thrilled about the idea of them all getting washed away. So, in a move that would make any rebellious teenager proud, Enki went behind Enlil's back. He whispered a warning to Zayusadra, the Sumerian Noah, telling him to build a massive boat and pack it with all the essentials, animals, food, maybe even a deck of cards for those long, rainy days. Imagine the scene. Zayusadra, scratching his head, wondering why he's getting boat-building advice from a supposedly disgruntled deity. But he goes along with it, constructing this enormous ark. The rain starts pouring, and pretty soon, it's clear this is no ordinary storm. This is the flood to end all floods, courtesy of Enlil's bad mood. The waters rise, mountains disappear, and all of humanity is suddenly wishing they'd taken swimming lessons. Meanwhile, Zayusadra and his floating zoo are bobbing along, riding out the deluge. It's like a bizarre, ancient cruise, minus the buffet and shuffleboard. Days turn into weeks, and finally, the rain stops. The waters recede, and Zayusadra's ark comes to rest on a mountain. Sound familiar? It's like the biblical flood story, but with a sci-fi twist, featuring a cast of extraterrestrial characters who could give any reality TV show a run for its money. Now, what's truly fascinating is how these stories overlap. In both the Bible and the Sumerian texts, you have a great flood, a chosen survivor, a massive boat, and the preservation of life. It's as if the ancient scribes were sharing notes over a few pints of mead, swapping tales of divine wrath and heroic perseverance. But while the Bible attributes the flood to God's displeasure, the Sumerian version gives us a glimpse into the cosmic politics and sibling rivalries of the Anunnaki. Enlil, the grumpy taskmaster, wanted humanity wiped out because they were just too noisy. Enki, the sympathetic scientist, wanted to save his prized creations. It's a celestial drama that makes human soap operas look like child's play. Imagine Enki, sneaking around, slipping Zayusadra secret blueprints for an ark while Enlil is off plotting the great deluge. It's the ultimate sibling showdown, with humanity caught in the middle. So, next time you hear about the biblical flood, remember there's another version out there, one where humanity's fate was decided not by a single omnipotent deity, but by a squabbling family of alien overlords. Whether you buy into the Anunnaki narrative or not, it adds a layer of intrigue and humor to our understanding of ancient myths. Picture telling this tale at your next dinner party. Did you know that Noah's Ark might have been an intergalactic rescue mission? Watch as jaws drop and the conversation takes a decidedly cosmic turn. In the end, these stories, biblical or Sumerian, remind us of humanity's enduring fascination with origins, gods, and the forces that shape our world. Whether we see them as divine acts or cosmic experiments, they keep us questioning, wondering, and laughing at the incredible tapestry of human imagination. So, the next time it rains, just think. Somewhere, Enlil might be grumbling, and Enki is probably shaking his head, reminiscing about that time they almost wiped us all out.